to know where you are. It's important to know where you are coming from to help you to appreciate the journey and know where you are going. This is the concluding session, everyone. This is the third session and the concluding session. We are glad to be back. Sorry, if your mic is on, please mute it.
I'm muting them already.
Okay. If you are glad to be back, yes, I mean, Weto has been here too for a while now. If you are glad to be back, just let us know in the chat box that glad to be back, enjoying whatever you've been feeling. How has the session been so far? Let us know in the comment section. How has the session been so far? This is the third and concluding session, guys. How has it been so far? Let us know. Emanuela, please tag people on the group. Anyone that is on the WhatsApp group, please tag 10 people or 5 people, as many as you can. Okay, Alamu has said the session has been really engaging and scintillating, interesting. I like your choice of words. Yes. By 2:10, I'll just hand over to, because we don't want to take time. So by 2:10, that's 4 minutes from now. So quickly, we watched a video. What happened in the video? Who can tell us who was in the video? What was being discussed? So we don't take time, just say through the chat box what happened in the video. And then we did a cross-check of the way two people reason. We were having tips back to back, tips back to back. So just let us know the major things that you learned from last session. What did it for you last session? And then the presentations too. They were very they were very enlightening and insightful. All the presentations. Yes, our speakers, our presenters, they came to deliver and they left no crumbs. They ate it, they left no crumbs. They really did well. We went to tech, we went to education, we went to government policies, we went to unemployment, we went to different areas, we addressed different things, both solutions and challenges. And that was really great to hear. We learned a lot. For those of the WhatsApp group, it has been sent. If you would like to be added to the WhatsApp group, if you are not on the WhatsApp group and you like to be added and you've been joining, please drop your WhatsApp number. Aderemi Esther, I will add you. Okay. You read through the document sent by the presenter. It has been really impactful. That's so nice. Aderemi Esther, I'll add you. If you want to be added to the WhatsApp chat, please send in your WhatsApp contacts and your name, WhatsApp contact and name, so we can add you. Okay, the video is actually inspiring and motivating. I learned that it is important that you don't stay stagnant. You move, be prepared for opportunities. Yes, very well. Yes, we're supposed to actually have a class captain and assistant class captain. So I'll just you announce that after this session, so we don't take time with that. I have 2 people in mind. I have just 1 person in mind for now. So we'll look at your participation till the end, and by the end we announce. Then I feel we should also announce winner, first place, second place, third place for the presentation, for the team presentation. I kind of like competition, kind of like, so let's announce the winners. Let's announce. I don't know how Senator Dike we like to, but we can have first place, second place, third place. So let's just know those that did.
The best way to do this, you will ask them to vote by themselves.
Okay.
By themselves. Okay. That is the best way.
Okay.
So let's see. We have an idea, you and I, and maybe Manuela, and maybe David Akinwale may have an idea, but we don't want to make that decision. It's up to them to make the decision, right? So what you could do is to ask them to do a vote, and then let's see who gets the largest of the vote. But we're just 26 still out of the 33 or 35 when we stop. So some persons are still on their way coming.
Okay.
Oh.
So you leave the voting to be all through the, what is it called?
No, we decide when we want to open it up, and then we'll give a time. For example, if you decide to open it up when we start fully, you can say, okay, we'll have 5 minutes to complete the voting or 3 minutes to complete the voting. So that the moment the voting is over, we close the polls. Hello?
Adra, baby.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, looks like prayer has disappeared.
She's still on. Mic is moving.
Oh, I didn't press that. I didn't even know I was muted. I was talking about the fact that like having democracy in our faculty. So the voting side should be announced. This is 2:10. We don't want to take time. So think I will hand over now. Those that want to be added to the group chat, I'll copy your numbers now and your names so you can be added. Okay. So both voting and announcement of class captain and star class captain, it won't end here. We'll be having a closing ceremony to review everything we've done and everything, to be general as well. So we would like everyone to join in. So please, you have to represent career building faculty when the time comes. You know, we've been learning a lot and we need to show it off to everyone. So I'll mute my mic now and I'll hand over the session to our mentor to continue. We are going into the mentorship part now, the 3 P's, why you should have a mentor, guides on choosing a mentor and all of that. So we'll be doing that now and much more. Thank you so much, sir, for the beautiful way you've been teaching us. We've been enjoying it. We love it from sessions here. Aminat, you said you are not on the group. Aminat Olateju, kindly send. Okay, you've sent it. All right, okay. Okay, so everyone said it has been impactful, educative, interactive, fun, inspiring, interesting.
I noticed some people are joining us.
Okay, some are joining. We're at 29 now.
Yes, 29.
Okay, but I think we have to start.
Exactly.
We have to start. Okay, welcome back, everyone. I hope some of you had the opportunity to grab something like a lunch or a snack or something. For me, not yet. I have to finish with this before my stomach can accept food. Right now, it cannot. I have to finish, but it's good. You know, it's what we love doing, and the most important thing here is if the section is communicating anything meaningful to you. If there's something you're taking away from it, then that is our satisfaction. That's what is most important. Okay, so we have to start now. So prayer, I think we're going to do the voting at some point. Maybe let's see if we can have up to 30 persons. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So let me share my slide. Okay, just to confirm, can you all see my slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What can you see?
Welcome back from the break.
Welcome back from the break.
Come back from the break.
And for those who had some power naps, and for those who have to use the restroom, for those who ran out of the room for whatever, it's okay. Welcome all of you. Okay, now I'm going to put you into the breakout room. I have a small task for you. So let me show you what the task is. Please read.
It's not showing. Can you?
The task is not showing, really?
Yes, I'm still seeing welcome back from the break.
Okay, I can see welcome back from the break now.
I can see welcome back from the break now too.
That's not what you should be saying.
Just hold on.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll get it back.
All right, sir.
I'll show you. Okay, can you check now?
Yes.
You are marooned on an island. What five
Okay.
items? will you
Yes,
take
hold
with
on, hold on. I'm going to read it. Then I'll ask you to read. I want you to understand the task before you go into it. Okay? And there's a purpose for this task. It's not just for the fun. There is a purpose for it. There is a lesson. So you are marooned on an island. What five items would you take with you? If you knew there is a chance you could be stranded. 5 items per group. So there will be 4 groups, 5 items per group. Discuss and defend. Discuss and defend. Present your topic with examples. You can decide to use role play, sounds only, pictures, text, voice, or whatever method. You can use a combination of anything. But when you're presenting a particular thing as your 5 items, you need to tell us why you chose them. Why are they the things you've chosen as the most important items to have with you if you had a premonition that you could get stranded? If you had a premonition that you could get stranded. So I hope that is very clear. So what's going to happen is, please mute your microphones. So you can discuss this for 15 minutes in your team. When you come to make your presentation, each team will have 3 minutes to make a presentation, but you can discuss this for 15 minutes. So when somebody makes a suggestion in your team, the person should be able to tell you why he or she has chosen a particular item. So let's say at the end of the day, you have like 10 or 15 items. You must narrow everything down to the best 5 that you will need in this situation where you are marooned. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Very clear. Okay, so I'm going to put you into the breakout rooms now. You have 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you come back and you have 3 minutes each team to make your presentation and defend it. To make your presentations and defend it. Don't forget the defense part. So if I say, for example, I'm going to take my glasses, I need to be able to say why my glasses is important in that situation. Okay, so I'll stop sharing. I'll put you into the rooms now. So we're going to have 4 teams. Where you find yourself, please be an active participant. Do not watch, contribute. I'm creating the room now. Okay. So we have average of, okay, 6, 7 people in each room, which is fine. So I'm opening the rooms right away. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
For Abolaji, Ramat, Joy, do you belong to any group yet?
I think
I don't.
Senator Paschal is still assigning people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
No, I finished assigning, it was done automatically. But if anybody is not in any group, I can assign manually then. That's what I'm looking.
Okay, I'm still accepting some people to join the.
Yes, keep accepting. But okay,
Yes.
Ibrahim, let me assign Ibrahim.
Okay.
Ibrahim is assigner. Rahmat, I'll assign you to Roman number 3. Okay. Yeah, I'm checking if there are others who are not assigned now.
Once you see the pop-up message, just click on join.
So don't worry, I'm assigning. But, they should have it. I don't know how many persons are still in the main room now. Let me check.
All right, sir.
Joy and Abraham and Shalom, they are still in the main room. They should not be in the main room. Why are they not assigned?
Go and get the date now so that the person will stop pressing. You're expecting your teacher. What of you go upstairs?
Everything they're saying is coming, so you need to mute when they're talking about Okay, welcome back, everyone. I'm just checking to be sure.
Oh, we are group one. We don't even know our names.
What's going on? Somebody is having fun on our call. You have to pay. Be careful.
So she's crying or she's lamenting
She
that
does not
they
have
have
to cry.
to
It's
get
not our business. If she does that again, she will pay us. That is free advertisement. Free advertisement.
Exactly.
Don't advertise your product and your agony and your pain and your disappointment and your lack of time here.
Exactly.
Okay, so how was the section? How was it?
It's engaging.
Nobody's
It's
talking. Type,
interesting.
type.
It's
great.
Type
brainstorming.
on the
It
chat
was
page.
engaging, it was fun, it was nice.
It is brainstorming.
Did you have forth and back? Some people saying this is more important and
Yeah,
others.
dude.
Pay attention, pay attention. I want to get something out. You know? So what I wanted to find out in your team, did you have people who suggested some items as being important? Others say, no, it's not, it should be this one. Did you do that back and forth?
Yes, we did.
That's one of the most interesting parts. You know, for example, you probably have about 10 or 15 items listed. Being able to agree on 5 is part of the lesson from this section, but I'm going to explain more because, you know, and the manner and the way you are able to convince people to agree to what you're suggesting is another thing that is important. So before we go into that, let us start now the presentation proper. Okay. So where should we start? Where should we start? Where should we start? Let us start with room 4, team 4. Come on.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Perfect. I love that.
Good afternoon.
Tell us.
Good afternoon.
You
Can
have
you
3
hear me?
minutes.
Yes.
Right
Yes.
on, our representative.
So we listen,
Go ahead.
if we are marooned on an island, first thing we need a good PC and a mobile device with a good internet. And this is because, as we all know, data is life, and we have a smartphone with us. So having a good internet with your good mobile device, you'll be able to ask for help if need be, and also find your way around it. And also, too, you need a torchlight because we don't know the status of that place, how that place is. We need a torchlight to be able to navigate the area, whether that place is dark or not. And 3, for safety, we need a camp tent, probably for if rain is falling or the sun is too much, we can use the camp tent for safety and also shelter. 4, we need snacks and matches. Snacks, be it when you're hungry, you need to eat the snacks probably, and also matches. That matches can be used to, is an island, you can get anything to feed on. So the matches can be used to prepare it. You can cut down trees, but without that matches, we won't be able to make a fire. So with the match, we'll be able to make a fire. And lastly, we need a defensive equipment for protection, for defense. Because with the defensive equipment like knife, hunting arrows, we can use it to defend ourselves from threats, be it wild animal or even human being like us that are there that are trying to cause a threat to us. So with that, I think we are good to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So just a recap, you say you need a mobile device, and the reason because you need to be in touch because data is live.
With a good internet.
With a good internet because data is live and you need to be in touch to ask for help. Then you say you need a torchlight because you need to be able to see what's happening around you, a camp tent to be able to have a covering in case it's raining or the weather is too tough, snacks. Then you said Just to be clear, one is needed a matchbox and a machete. Machete, the knife.
Yes, snacks and matches. Yeah, the two are there. We group them together.
Okay, that's for group 4. Okay, group two. Let's hear it.
I hope you added the defensive equipment.
Machete, knife.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, okay, so group two, let's go. Group 2, where are you? Come on. I hope it wasn't a member of group 2 that was crying that they didn't have the time, whether it was group 1. Come on, where is group 2?
Group 2, show up now.
The person was from group 1.
But where's group 2 now? Have they gone to sleep? What's going on?
Or maybe they add something they wanted to add.
Someone says they are sleeping. Can you get some hot water?
They are afraid of group 4.
No, get some hot water. Sprinkle some hot water on them, please. We need them. We need group 2. Group 2, no forehand. Come on.
Seriously? Sure,
Oh
sure. Group 2.
So nobody can step up from group 2 and take up this. Doesn't mean it was only one person who did the job. So I know each team had a minimum of 5, 6 persons. Some had 7. There was no team with less than 4 persons.
Maybe we should have group 1 first while they
Group 2 must. Otherwise, if we identify them, we take them off the call. Group 2 must represent themselves. It's a shame. Why should we be begging them to represent themselves? Can we identify those who were in group 2? We still have 29 persons on this call, so there are at least 1, 2, 3, 4 persons in group 2 who are there. How can everybody disappear and keep quiet? Or have they all been thrown out by the internet or the poor connection? Group 1.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Akitide Lamis from Group 1.
Group 1, go ahead. Others, mute your microphones. Group 1, go ahead.
Okay, so we listed 5 things that we saw that are important. First of all, we listed the water bottle. The reason for the water bottle is for you to bring water to the island. But in cases where the water gets exhausted, then you can get water from nearby streams or probably get water from leaves, like early morning. Is it dew or moist? I've forgotten the English, but you can get water from there, safe drinking water, so that you won't get sick and all. Then we went ahead to get like sleeping bag. The sleeping bag will contain the tent and small food items and small equipment, probably something you need to climb or little things that would aid you through the journey. Then we settled for a knife, not necessarily for protecting, but also for hunting, for cutting woods, in case maybe you want to fish and then there is no net, then you want to make some kind of spear with it's using a wood. So you just carve out the shape and then you use it to fish, or you need to like create some kind of balcony or whatever you need. So that's in the event of you taking a torch to the woods.
We're losing you, Lamis. We're losing you. We are losing you.
I'm back, sir. Group 1 is back, sir.
Okay, go ahead again.
So as I was saying, sir, the matchbox or lighter, in a situation where you carry your torch to the island,
no,
what
can you
if
go
the battery
all over?
runs out?
Can you go all over, because we lost you at some point?
Oh, okay. I said the 5 things
water,
we settled.
Water bottle, we got sleeping bag.
Yes.
So continue after sleeping bag.
Okay, then the knife. I said knife.
Yes. Okay.
Not necessarily for protecting, but also for hunting or for making spears in case you don't take a fishing net that you want to catch a fish or kill squirrels or rabbits with it, or create some kind of trap or something for your sleeping bag. Then I went ahead to talk about matchbox or lighter. That in the event of you carrying a torch into an island and the battery runs out, there is no way for you to charge, then you use the matchbox as to get fire or lighter so that you can see in the dark, not necessarily with a torch. Then we went ahead to mention firecrackers, because it has been like they emphasize it like a safety measure. You can't take your phone into the woods. What if there is no connection? What if you don't have internet? Because there are some places you go to and then you lose connection with the entire world. Yes, data is life, but sometimes you just it will just happen like that. We've seen horror movies and all. So you take firecrackers, so that way you can be able to light them up. It is a call for signal, SOS call, so that people will know, or if they are looking for you, they'll be able to know that, okay, this is where this person shoots the firecracker from rather, so they will be able to come get you. So that's it all. That's it all for group 1, sir.
Group 1, thank you so much, Group 1. So just to recap, you say you're going to need water bottle, just so you can have water to drink, and if it runs out, you can actually get water from a stream or a river. You're going to get a sleeping bag with items like ropes and the rest. You're going to get a knife for hunting, just in case you need to hunt to eat. You're going to get a matchbox or lighter. I'm saying if you have a torch, the battery could run down. And then you say you need the firecracker maybe for attention. Okay, thank you so much. That's taken. Let's go to group number. Let's go to group number 3 now. Group 3.
All right, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fatah Salam. I'm representing Group 3. Because of the assignments given. Okay, thank you, sir. We on our list we have a source of fire, which is number 1, for us to create heat, for us to also create a signal through smoke, maybe we burn leaves or wood to create a signal, to create heat, and to scare away some reptiles.
Fatiha, sorry, 1 second. I think I lost you. Can you just go all over again, if you don't mind, please?
Okay, I'm still on fire source and the uses of the fire source, which is number 1 on our list. I said we can use it to create heat, to heat our body up from the cold at night. We can use it to create signals by burning leaves or wood through the smoke. We can use it to scare away reptiles or animals around us that would like to attack us. Then number 2 on our list, we have the tarpaulin rather, which is a waterproof material. We use that as shelter, as blankets to cover ourselves. Then number 3 on our list, we have a knife. We use it for defense, to cut down wood for us to burn or to make a raft. Then we have a transmitter in which we can use to connect to surrounding radio signals, to send or to ask for help or just to send signals. Then we need food, because we are not sure of what is the fauna on the island, if what is available is not poisonous to us. So at least we need packed nutrients, whether powdered form, just food to keep us alive for some days before we are able to adapt to life on the island. So those are our five things that we need on an island.
Sorry, Fatih, again, I'm going to ask you. I have your fire source, the tarpaulin, the knife. And at some point, I didn't get the last 2.
I said a transmitter.
Transmitter, okay.
Yes, to connect to the nearest radio signal.
And the last one?
The last one is food or packed nutrients. Yes, because you don't know whether the food on the island is poisonous. Yes.
Thank you so much, Fatiha. Thank you so much. So it's about fire source to warm yourselves up or to light up the environment, to scare away reptiles or some dangerous animals or insects, as the case may be, tarpaulin, to cover yourselves or to get a shelter. We talked about the knife. Of course, you can use it to cut woods, use to gather things, but it's also be as a protective equipment. You talked about transmitter so that you're able to at least communicate. I talked about food. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's go to the last group that we've been begging this group since yesterday. So are they ready now?
That should be group 2, right?
Yes, where are they? Are they waiting for me again to start begging them? We've been
No,
waiting
no, no.
for you,
Group two
group
is
two.
ready, sir. Group two
Okay,
is ready,
please go
sir.
ahead. We've been looking for you
My
all
network
the
was
way.
a bit bad. I'm very sorry for the delay.
Go ahead.
I just logged in right now.
No
So
problem.
for our group, our first item on the list would be a source of distress call, because we don't want to spend our eternity on the island. Just to distress call to get airplanes and maybe ships that are passing by.
Transmitter, okay.
Yes, and the second item on our list would be a machete. Like if you say a knife, it's not really, it cannot really serve many purposes. But a machete, at least, you can help.
Your connection still appears to be challenged.
The third item will be a water purifier to help us out.
You have to go all over. We lost you for a minute. Can you repeat?
Okay, sir.
After the machete, yeah.
Okay, the third item will be a water purifier.
Third item, water purifier, okay.
Yes, to help us out with the seawater we're going to get, because we're not sure if we're getting a clean water on the island.
Okay, go ahead.
And the fifth item will be a tent, a shelter for us.
Okay, just to be sure that I got everything, you talked about transmitter, machete,
Yes.
water purifier. What else?
Yeah.
I got the tent. What's the other one?
A matchbox as a source of fire.
Matchbox.
Yes. For the transmitter, it will, if it will be possible, maybe a flamethrower or a torchlight.
Okay. So thank you, everybody. Group 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you for such a wonderful, wonderful presentation and the discussions you had in your teams. Fantastic. Now, you've listed different things, right? The good thing is some of you in your teams, from what you presented, had similar things you've mentioned. Like you can see that source of fire, for example, is something that's occurred in about 2 or 3 teams. Some of you talked about a machete or knife. Some of you talked about communication gadgets. Some talked about mobile telephone. Some talked about transmitter and all of that. But there's a few other things that were not found in different groups. For example, a group mentioned that they will have a snack a pack. Another team said they're going to get a tarpaulin that could also be tent. Of course, another one said they're going to get water purifier. Well, it could be the same thing as water bottle. Okay, so at the end of the day, I don't mention firecracker, assuming that there will not be connectivity or connection from where you are. Thank you. Before I probably mention what this exercise is meant to achieve, I want to open this floor now for the next 5 to 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, as the case may be, from your own team. If you think you disagree with anything the other team has presented in order of priority, or you consider that that's not important or it's not needed, this is your time. It's open. If I see your hand up, I recognize you. Okay, come on, except you were not listening. Except you were not listening. Okay, I wrote down. So we have mobile device, torchlight, camp tent, snacks, machete, matchbox. We have water bottle, sleeping bag. We have knife. We have matchbox, lighter, and firecracker. We have fire source, tarpaulin, knife, transmitter, food. We have transmitters, machete, water purifier, tent, and matchbox. Okay, I see
2 people.
Adura
Bemi,
okay.
Yeah, she was the
And
first to
then
raise up her
Fatiha.
hand.
So let's start with Adura Bemi. Go ahead.
All right, Adura, you have
All
the
right,
floor.
sir. Thank you
Good.
very much. Okay, sir. The first one, I pointed it out in the chat box. For group 2, their first point was that they will call for help. And if you say you want to call for help, the question was 5 items you take along with you, not 5 things you will do. It is not 5 actions, it's 5 items. So I feel the items, calling for help is not an item. We need an item. So that's my observation. Then second one, a
Are
mobile
you referring
phone.
to group 1 or group 2?
Group group 2, sir. Group 2, their first point. Group 2, they presented last.
Yes,
Their
but
first
they
point.
said they will have a transmitter. The transmitter is for calling attention or calling for help.
Oh,
That's all they
oh,
can use it for. Yeah. So the item is transmitter. At least I noted that down.
oh,
For how they're going to
okay,
use it, we don't know. But yes, it's an item.
okay, okay, sir.
Go ahead with your
Then,
other thought.
okay. Sorry, my second observation or mobile device, we usually have network issues, and if you are stranded, most likely, except if those that are coming are like coming with I don't know, maybe they are coming most of the time. If they are coming like by foot, they won't be able to access you. So I don't know how effective a mobile phone will be, but I'm just saying. So yes, that's it from my end.
Thank you for your thoughts, Aduragbemi. Thank you so much. So I'm going to take Fatiha now. After that, we're going to go to Aderemi Esther and then Lamis Akintunde in that order. So Fatiha, go ahead.
All right, thank you so much, sir. I want to correct. I said, I think they said they're going to come along with a PC or a mobile phone. I would like to point the attention that once your mobile phone or PC, once the battery gets exhausted, there won't be any way for you to charge it. So rather than taking a mobile phone or a PC, there's always something else that you can take along with you that is going to be of much more benefit to you than your mobile phone or your PC on an island. Then I can't remember what group said a water purifier.
And what could that be? I want you to also give us an idea.
Thank you. What would that be?
Oh, hold on. We're having a conversation. I'm loving this conversation. I'm loving it. So if you think that there might be network issues, and so what in alternative can they take? Do you have an idea?
Perhaps a transmitter.
Okay. The transmitter will also have to work on some kind of network. Even though it's not as advanced network, but you still have to work on a network.
Yeah.
Or they can use solar panel.
No, you can't use solar, or just use fire. I think the reason why you're having your PC or your mobile phone is just to call for help. You can use fire to like create smoke attention to you.
Continue, Fatia.
Yes.
Continue.
Okay, you have water, but you can improvise using your clothes to filter the water, or you can take the morning dew that is on the leaves. Like you can use the morning; it's always going to be very fresh and clean. You can use that to the rather in water purifier or a water bottle, because you can't take much water to the island. Your water is definitely going to get exhausted, so you have to definitely use the island water. You can filter with your clothes, or you make use of the morning dew. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fatiha. Thank you. I'm loving this. So let's take Aderemi Esther. Please go ahead.
All right. I was going to talk on the water purifier, but Fatima, I think she just excuse me, she already mentioned it. I don't know how will you take a water purifier plus the size again. I don't know. I feel taking the water purifier.
You think that?
So, like you said, you can of water. Like filter, water purifier is actually different from a water filter. So, purifier trying to purify, and it's a lot of, so that's just it. A lot of stress.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Esther. So let's go to Lamis Akintunde. Please go ahead.
Okay, so the group 3, you talked about food. My own is probably because I watch movies or I've seen a lot of things on my own. The thing is that food, I've found out that like it used to attract animals if it's food, you can't take fried rice to the forest now. It will attract something. It will attract like insects or mites or things that would like just enjoy you that you wouldn't even think of. You can't take meat, for instance, into the forest or into an island, basically because it will attract something. You can't bring it out and say you want to start eating it and to not attract something, because things that are there that are also looking for food, and you self being there, you qualify as food. So it's just like food attracting food. So the other one is the transmitter. So my own is, what if there is an situation that there is no connection, no internet, or maybe there is EMP. I don't know if you guys know about EMPs. So that means all electrical devices, all radio, everything is being jammed. So what is your other, like, how can you like ask for help or signal? Or what if you get trapped somewhere and the transmitter does not have any signal, you can't get any radio? That's why you have to have like flares or firecracker with your matches, so that at least you'll be able to use that one to just like call for help. That's my own opinion. And then the last one, someone said something about trampoline or something. I don't know. I'm also thinking about the size of the things that you need to take when you are going. You don't want to carry heavy things because you have to move around at some point. You have to move before you get to like maybe the camping site or wherever you are going, that you sit down. So you have to think about the size. You have to think of the little things. That's why in my group we mentioned sleeping bag. It's not just for your tent or for whatever you want to put inside. So also for clothes, maybe you want to change into another top or whatever, or you need some other little snacks items. So that's my own take on the entire thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lamis. Thank you so much. I'm loving this conversation. So now, Ademiesta, is your hand okay? Your hand, we've taken you before. So let's go to Gloria.
Gloria. All right.
Gloria.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I want to talk about the water purifier. I don't know the group that mentioned it, but I think that's a very brilliant idea. And for people complaining about the size of water purifiers, if you check on Google, there are so many sizes. There are portable sizes that you can just easily put into your traveling bag. So I think water purifier is a very good one, because on the island, it's usually salt water. And even though you're getting water from trees and all, you still need to purify it just for safety. So I think water purifier is very brilliant. So far you can afford the portable ones, you're good to go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Very interesting this time. I still see a lot of hands up, but I think there are persons who've taken before. Are there only Victor who've taken you?
Yes. No.
Okay, Fatiha, we've taken you for
No,
sure.
sir, you've not taken Adewale Victor.
You have not taken Adewale Victor.
Okay, Adewale, okay, go ahead. Victor, go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. So for me, I feel like for food, group 3, we choose food, but not just any food now. The person presenting mistook the fact that we said non-perishable food. That's what we intended to choose. That was our choice of word, not just any food now, because you are getting to an island for the very first time. You do not intend to start searching for food for that very first time. You get to at least know your location first. So for the meantime, non-perishable food like snacks help you out. So when you get like settle down and start looking for foods for yourself. And also we choose a transmitter because you don't intend to stay in an island for eternity. Yes, there's not always network, but at the same time, you keep on trying till you get a signal. That is why we choose a transmitter. So, and also a group choose laptop and the mobile device, and their choice of words was data is life. But at the same time, they did not mention the fact that if their laptop or mobile device gets dead, how do they intend to charge it? They did not even mention the fact that their laptop is mainly because they need it for distress. So I feel like on that part, laptop or mobile device does not work. Instead, why can't you just go for a transmitter that has a longer range rather than mobile device? Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Thank you for your clarification. I'm loving it. I see also that Fatiha is still mentioning that the food that can attract predators and stuff like that should not be taken. So I see the discussion is getting quite interesting. So let me take next Ayokumi Salako.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm in group 4. We picked laptop and then mobile phone because we can't just assume that an island does not have electricity. Some might have and some might not. So we are just assuming that we have. And the laptop, it will be a call for distress. When our group leader was speaking, he said it's going to be a call for distress. Like when we are stranded, we can just easily reach out to people. Fine, there might not be network, but when we walk around, we can still get network somewhere
Signal.
that it's not everywhere that there will be no network. At some point there will be network there. So that's why we picked our PC or mobile phone. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's take Ayende Oluwatobiloba.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm from group 3. We actually choose Tampoli. And the kind of Tampoli we choose is a drought Tampoli, a Tampoli that can be converted into a camping Tampoli, and a Tampoli can also convert it into like a small boat, whereby if you want to leave the island. So that's why we choose the Tampoli, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll leave it at that. But I want to ask a question. Does anyone understand what we're trying to get out of this, what we're trying to drive at, the lesson behind the exercise? Does anyone know? So I'm asking question. How do you intend to charge?
Hello?
Side that your connection is bad.
All right, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Mo Aziz, you're the one? Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So on the question, I feel we are trying to have a kind of how to build a team here, how to work with a team, and how to arrive at a critical, like how to arrive at a decision from a avalanche of opportunities that you have. Okay, yeah, you want to do this, you have this option, you have this option, you have that option. So how are we going to arrive at a general conclusion that is going to be able to solve the problem or the issue we have at hand, and which everyone is obviously going to agree to? So team building, critical analysis or critical thinking. I think this is one of the lessons we're trying to bring from the engagement, sir.
Very, very important. I agree with you. So team building, critical analysis of problem-solving skills, very important, problem-solving skills. Yeah, but I'm still looking for about 2 others that are very important to the topic, to the topic of our section. So just to be clear, the team building is very, very important, because when you worked in your team, remember you had to go back and forth. So somebody suggested something, you say, oh no, I think this one is better. That is the team building part. Of course, you talked about problem solving skills, be analytical. Now, you are going to be marooned, there's a problem. So what do you do to get out of that part? So I'm looking for about 2 others. I'm looking for it. Adura, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I sent a DM to you, sir, on a direct message to you on Zoom, and also to answer this, sir, making the best choices for your survival and success, arriving at the best choices, you picking options.
Don't speak for that. The most important thing you said is making what?
Making the best choices for your survival and success.
Making the best. Don't forget, we're talking about career building, right? Career building. Making the best choices for your survival, for your sustainability, for your success. It's about making the best choices. That is the critical thing. That is the most important thing out of this section. And I'm going to try to explain to you that in making those choices, there are things you need to consider. It's not just about, yes, making the best choices, but how do you make the best? What are the things you need to consider as critical factors in making those decisions, in making those choices? That's very important. That is very important. And then you work together in a team, you're going to be having colleagues. Even if you're the owner of the business, you still have people working with you. If you're an employee, you still have people working with you. So people's opinion will differ on different things. Even when you want to make decisions on your career path, where you want to go. Because, it's not necessarily sometimes that is what you study in university or the higher institution is something you're going to display as your trade. The higher education is very important. But the choices. So thank you so much for that. Though whose success, do you want to say something before I try to round this up?
Yeah, so also from what happened this afternoon, I also saw the ability for us to have the persuasion skill, ability
Persuasion
to,
skills.
yes, to persuade people, to let them see reason why we are taking this, and to understand from our own point of view, and even to, if possible, say, to convert them to believe in what we believe in.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So in this whole exercise, we could see team building lessons, how you can work as a team, where people have to compromise, support each other because you really want to do well. We had problem solving skills. You talked about, persuasion skills. One other thing is also our values. Our values is found in that, because what you choose sometimes tells what your values are. There are people whose values are they need to eat food, right? That's what is important, because for them food is critical. There's some who say, okay, because of my health condition, I could get cold. I need to take something to cover myself. That person's values, I say, okay, well, we need to find a way to be in touch. For some others, it's how do we, bring about safety to ensure that nothing attacks us. So the values also plays a role. The values, but finally, the most important is the choices. Now, let me explain this to you. It's the same way when you talk about building your career, the choices you make will affect. And this is not just choices in terms of your discipline, the choices in terms of what skills you want to learn, places you want to work, the industries you want to get into, those you want to relate with, the mentors you need to choose, the colleagues, the professional organizations you need to belong to. They are all choices. And you don't just have to jump into any professional organization. You need to ask, why am I jumping into it? What is in it for me, right? If I want to work in a particular company, particular area, why am I going there? These are choices you need to make. But let's try to do something quickly now. Now, we had a number of suggestions that we made. But when you are in that situation of being marooned, when you are there, let's say your plane was flying and there's emergency landing on the island, right? It didn't crash, but people are there and you're marooned. What will be the first thing that will come up in your head? Can anybody tell me in that situation? Type it. What is the first thing in that situation of being marooned? What is the first thing that you would desire that it happens? What is the first thing? How do I get out of the island? God bless you. Survival. The most important thing is not even the food or the cold or the temple. It is how do I get out? That is priority number one. So this exercise also talks about our priorities. When you get in that situation, the first thing you think about, how do I get out? How do I get to safety? How do I live here and get back? That's the first thing. So now the question that follows is, if that is the first thing that comes up your mind, what item would you need? Can you type? Type for me. If the most important thing is how to get out of the island, what is the item? Your transmitter. Yes, I agree. More. Transmitter. A compass. Yes. A boat if there's river. Life raft. Yes. You can say the mobile phone is okay. Water, no. Transmitter, yes. How to get out of the island? Water will not come in first. It's something that either attracts attention, help you to call, or can move you out of the place. That's priority number one. So it could be both. It could be firecrackers to call attention. It could be telecommunication. It could be transmitters, Google Map, something that will help you get out. That is number one priority. So I want us to understand what the priorities are. That's number one priority, how to get out. So now, if we have mobile phone, Google Maps, transmitters, firecrackers, a boat that can get out, what is priority number two? While you are waiting for attention or for rescue to come or how to get out, what is priority number two? Priority number two. Somebody says comfort, no? Security, safety before food. Because you're in a place that is very, in fact, at some point, you won't even think of food. When you are in a difficult position in a marooned land, food will come later. The first thing, how do you get out? Definitely you have to be safe, security, to be sure nothing attacks you, have to be alive there. So things like, okay, people talk about machete, people talk about whether it's weapon or something to keep yourself safe. It's priority number two. So first is how to get out. Number two is how to be safe. your security while you are there. Okay, what's number 3? What is number 3? Okay, yes, you can consider fire to if the place is cold, right? How do you stay warm? Because sometimes cold can kill. So survival is also part of it. Okay, the cold, to keep yourself, something to protect yourself. So things like tarpaulin, warm clothes will come in. That's priority number 3. Priority number 3. Okay, torchlight is part of also the safety because you need light to be able to see what's happening around you. So what priority number 4? Priority number 4. We'll talk about things to keep safe. It's part of the safety part or security. Priority number 4. You can bring now things like the food you talked about, which will be the number 4 and number 5. Signal. Yeah, signal is part of what will help you to get out. Yeah, food comes in number 4 and number 5. Shelter, correct. So what I'm trying to drive at is the first thing is how you're going to get out. Okay, that's the first thing. Number 2 is your security and your safety. We show you that. Then of course you're going to talk how to protect yourself from cold or something. Then of course you can talk about shelter. They can talk about food in that order. So the same thing when you are building your career. I want you to bring this home. You need to consider what is the priority number 1. What is the most important thing? What is number 2? What is number 3? These are things you need to put in your plan before you make your final decision. It doesn't matter what you graduate with. Wherever you're going, you're going to become an entrepreneur, business owner, you're going to work as an employee. What is the most important? Does it make sense? Please. Does it make sense? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So I want you to always have that. You must have your priority orders. Priority orders is very, very important in all that you do. Okay, so even in career building, it's very important you prioritize. Okay, so let's try to go quickly because we are running out of time. We have less than an hour to get out. Let's see if we can finish what is left within that 1 hour. Okay, thank you for the participation. Please, again, put together your summaries and let's Prayer and Emanuela have them. They're very important because we want to be able to share it with other groups, with all those who could not even join the call so they can benefit from it. So please make that available. Okay, I want to run quickly through this. On the opening day, I talked about people, vision, and passion. People, vision, and passion. If I change the vision, I can say people, purpose, and passion. People, purpose, and passion. So the first part is when you want to build your career, you need people. And I said before that the people could be a mentor. It could be a colleague, but sometimes a mentor. But before you need people, you need to ask, how are you connected to these people? That's a very important question to ask. You can't just walk up to anybody. Okay, you need to build a connection. And building connection is also about building some level of trust. Some level of trust. But before that trust is built, there's something you need to do. First thing is what I call self-reflection. You need to ask yourself the true question. I've seen people who present themselves, to the public or to external people in a way that does not tell truly who they are. We'll come out, we want people to see us from a different facade. We want people to see us from a different perspective. We try to project personalities that are not our true characters. Okay, that is dangerous. So if you want a mentor to work with you, if you want a colleague to deal with it, if you want someone to work with you, open yourself up, let the person know who you are. So first is you need to do what I call self-reflection. Get into your room, lock the door, look in the mirror, and tell yourself the truth. All the fake lives, all those false lives and pretenses about yourself, you have to take them out. It's very important. Take them out. Don't come out and give us an impression of yourself that is not true. So you need to do that self-reflection to identify that. Question yourself, interrogate yourself. The next is self-regulation. Tell yourself, okay, this is who I am. These are the things I cannot do and I'm not able to push them. Because we must know our weaknesses and our strengths. We must put ourselves within where we're going to perform and be excellent. That's very important. Okay, so that's self-regulation. Do not get your hands into something you know certainly you cannot deal with. You clearly know them. Okay, stay within that your strength, area of strength. And if there are things you say, okay, I can actually try, but it's not my strength, you can actually work on it. But there are some that are no for you. Okay, then your self-perception is now who your new self is, your true self. When you have fully now identified who your true self is, that's when you are now ready to go to people that are mentors or associates and present yourself properly, and they are able to trust you. Because your life will become, your personality will become consistent with your character and with your temperament. So who you are in the morning, afternoon, night is the same thing. You're not presenting anything that is false or that is fake. That's number one. Number two is what I call the purpose or the vision, for example. Now, we talked about it a lot. You want to build a career, you must first of all have a destination. Where do you want to be? You need to look at that and set a long-term goal, and then break it down to mid-term, middle term, and then of course, short term. But you must be able to know what are the things you need to do, the steps you need to take to get there. We talked about skills development, professional courses. You need to qualify from school. You need to get a mentor. You need to get an associate. You need to, all the things you need to do. That is the direction, because you cannot get your vehicle, fuel it, and want to drive from here to Sokoto without having, an idea of different routes that can take you there and choosing the best route. So that's the direction. Then you must be ambitious. If you want to build a career, you must be ambitious. I said it before, don't say, this person is a senior advocate in Nigeria. Once I become a SAN, that's it. No, you can become a SAN, but there's something more you can do. Do you know what? You can become, the numero uno in legal education. You can decide that you want to be educating young lawyers. Being a SAN doesn't mean you have to do that. It means you are a senior lawyer. That's what it means. But what more can you do? What more can you do? So you need to be very, very ambitious and set the target for yourself. And please, this is very important. Sit down, close your eyes. Imagine that what you've dreamed about that you want to be in your career, you have achieved it. And ask yourself, if I get there, how am I going to feel? So you're going to feel excited. So that excitement that you're going to feel if you get there, when you imagine it, it becomes a driver for you. Because you want to feel that excitement, because you want to enjoy it, because you want to experience it. So you need to work very hard to get to that excitement. So you must first imagine the excitement, what it looks like being a senior advocate, what it means like being a legal luminary, what it means like being, somebody who's not just a medical doctor, but a medical doctor that has an innovation, has introduced something that is new. Great impact. So you must experience that. Then the other thing is your passion. You must be enthusiastic about it. And I say it has to be infectious. So when you say you want to become a particular, you want to build a career in a particular, career path, people around you must feel it. It's not something you keep quiet. They must feel it. You must transmit it like a disease, but positive one to them. You must transmit that to them. And you must bring your emotion into it. I tell people, look, when you're doing something that you love, something you're passionate about, if it requires you to cry, cry. If it requires you to just smile so foolishly, but with some good intent, smile. If it requires you, to embrace somebody, or to give somebody a hug, do it. If it requires you to just fall and just fall on the sofa or on the ground, just to bring your emotion into what you're doing. Don't hide it. If the tears of joy, let the tears of joy flow. Bring your emotion, energy into it, and then walk your passion. You walk your passion simply means don't just talk, do it. Don't just talk, do it. If you really want to build your career, these 3 steps, people, purpose, and passion are very important. Okay, I want to quickly talk about this for maybe 10 minutes. It's actually a full training, but I'm not going to go into that. I just brought it up because I wanted to mention something. The reason is because sometimes we do not understand that certain things are responsible for the way we behave. Certain things are responsible for even whether we do well in our teams or not, in our workplaces or not, in our careers or not. Certain things are responsible, and these things are inborn. They cannot be changed, but they can be modified. I repeat again, they cannot be changed, but they can be modified. And they can be modified through education, through your experiences in life. Even your discipline can do that. The environment where you live can also modify all of that. So I call them the 4 temperaments of sanguine, choleric, melancholy, and phlegmatic. Now, this also can be described in terms of the 4 elements, but I want to use the temperaments to describe them. Every human being has these 4 elements. Every human being has these 4 elements. And they determine, what we put out in terms of our characters, in terms of behavior, our personalities, sometimes, in terms of our leadership traits and our teamwork threats and how we perform well in our teams. This has a lot of role to play. I'm going to try to describe them briefly. I'm going to ask you to check. I can send the link later, but you can also check online. There are tests that you can do to identify where you fall in. But just to say that no single individual is one temperament. So there's no person who is completely 100% sanguine. So everybody has a combination of the four, but one of the temperaments will be very, very prominent and more controlling in the things that you do. So one of them will be made more manifest. So let's look at the first one, which I call the sanguine. The sanguine is a temperament, all right, of people who are sociable and they're also talkative. Let me explain what that means. Now, the things I've listed here, the ones in blue is what you can call positive attributes. The ones in red is what you can call non-positive attribute. I don't want to say negative. I don't use that in this training, but maybe that might make a better understanding. So I talk about the positive attributes and the non-positive attributes. I don't want to use negatives. So when you say the sanguine is a sociable person, is positive. Okay, why do we say so? The sanguine person gets into a place, he lights up the room. The sanguine person is, humorous. The sanguine person is a very lively person. He cannot stay in a place that is dull. The sanguine person is a good salesperson. He's someone that can, convince you or persuade you to buy an item that is worth 100 naira for 1,000. He has the words. He's an orator, right? He's a very good debater, a very good communicator. He's full of energy, right? Things that people are not willing to do in terms of sacred cow. Oh, this is the rule here. We don't break the rules. He doesn't care. He wants to break the rule. These are positive attributes of the sanguine. And so when I'm talking about this, I want you to begin ask yourself, is Paschal speaking to me? Because we all have these traits. Is Paschal speaking to me? Keep asking that question. So, and this sanguine person, like I said, is an orator. Can speak, can communicate, can convince you to buy things. He has the sales skills. He's a very humorous person, full of life. These are positives. But now I want to talk about the talkative part. Sometimes he talks without thinking. He apologizes too many times. He makes 10 mistakes, apologizes 10 times. Okay. If he does not get what he wants, he goes back into his shell. He doesn't want to try again. So when he's beaten, he's not willing to pick up the pieces and move on again, right? And he's someone who does not want to be rejected. And he doesn't want anybody to make fun of him, even though he's a very humorous person. These are characteristics of the sanguine person. So do you find yourself in this situation? Is this who you are? Does this, appeal to you? You need to ask the question. Let's go to the choleric. The choleric is doer, is a doer, positive. What is domineering, non-positive? What is doer? He is result-oriented. He does not believe that anything is impossible. He has drive. He can work so hard that instead of failing, it's better his health fails. The choleric is a leader naturally. He's a driver, right? He competes very well. He believes that the task is not about talking, it's about doing it, and he goes ahead to do it. He inspires others to action, not by what he do, but what he does, right? He's full of energy. He does not rest. Okay, this is things that he does. He's a result-oriented person. He gets goals. That is doing. Now, domineering part, which you can say the non-positive, is that he's very confrontational. He does not listen to people's opinion that much. He wants his opinion to always be it. And if you challenge his opinion or his position, sometimes it could lead into long controversy. He thrives in controversy, which is not good, right? He doesn't wait for others. If you slow him down, he moves ahead without you. So he's not naturally a very good team player, right? Especially when you slow him down. He doesn't give a damn about what's happening. He believes that if you're not willing to go, he moves along. He's one who says, we'll get to the bridge, we'll cross it. He doesn't believe in planning. Now, this is non-positive. Let's move to the melancholy person or melancholy temperament. I want you to be asking yourself, is Paschal talking to me? Because we have these different traits, okay? And this also helps you in choosing where you want to function. And sometimes when you understand the non-positive, you can work on it to improve upon it so it becomes part of your positives. The melancholy temperament is what we call the perfectionist. Perfectionist because he likes to plan. He doesn't want to fail. He crosses all the T's and dots all the I's. He takes 80% of his time planning, right? He believes that when he wants to do something, he must do it very, very well. So we call him the perfectionist. He doesn't believe he should fail. So it's a very positive part of him, right? He's a perfectionist. But the doubtful part is, if he does not see the picture, if he does not see the picture of succeeding, he becomes very doubtful of the success. Unlike the choleric who believes that we can actually take the risk and succeed. This melancholy person is not a risk taker at all, right? He only agrees to get into something when he's almost 100% sure he's going to succeed. If he's not sure, he stays away. He begins to doubt you. Even when you give him all the reasons why the project can succeed, right? If he does not see it from his own prism, he does not believe. So sometimes that is doubtfulness, that is skepticism, also slow down the team spirit. Okay, that is the non-positive. Let's go to the phlegmatic. The phlegmatic is a personality that is very sacrificing. He brings harmony in the team, right? He brings peace. He brings everybody together. He steps in to want to solve issues when there's controversy. He goes the extra mile for everybody, right? He provides support. He is very dependable, very, very dependable. He makes sacrifices for everybody. That's the positive. But the non-positive sometimes is, if he has to make that sacrifice, he will have to be pushed. So you have to call upon him to do that. So he's a watcher. He likes to sit at the back bench and just see how things go without participating. So sometimes for him to actually make that sacrifice, you need to call his attention and say, we want you to do this. And you need to push, you need to give him the reasons why he has to do it. And he has to take it up. So he's somebody who is withdrawn, he's a backbencher. He's somebody who wants to relax quietly and not be disturbed. But when you get him to step in, he makes sacrifice and helps others. So I wanted to bring this to you so you understand that these are some of the things and threats that we have as individuals. And when you understand which of these threats play more in your life, your everyday life, it helps you in making decisions on how to manage your career. Not necessarily what career to choose, but when you get into the career, you ask yourself, what do I need to be able to succeed? And then you'll be able to manage that. But more importantly, what this also does is when you have colleagues who work with you or partners who work with you, when you understand their temperaments, you are able to work better. Imagine if you have two persons who are controlled largely by choleric. You can imagine what's going to happen. It's going to be fire all the time. Fire, work. They won't land. So sometimes you need a combination. If you're truly a choleric, you may probably need the phlegmatic to balance you up. Okay, if you're sanguine, maybe you need a melancholy to balance you up. But the point I'm making is you have all the traits, all of them, but one will be controlling most of the time. I just wanted to send that out before we now go to the last section for today. Does it make sense? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Please prepare your questions. I'll be more than willing to take your questions, but I really want to go to where we need to go now. Okay, in all of this, you want to build a career. There is something I want you to have at the back of your mind. Please mute your microphone, mute your mic. This area is very important. It doesn't matter the career you want to build. There are people who have gone through that route before. It doesn't matter the career you want to build today. There are people who have, who are already in that career and who have succeeded. It doesn't matter the career and the discipline you're pursuing today. There are people who are ahead of you, okay, who are either building it or have done it success and have track records in those areas. And so you cannot say you're doing something entirely novel, even though you need to be creative, but you cannot be novel in the sense that it is entirely new. So why is it important? One of the best ways to be successful on your career building is to get a mentor. Mentor, I don't mean a model. They're two different things, and I don't mean a coach. A role model is somebody you say, oh, I love this person, I want to be like this person. You may not even have a connection with the person. You may not be connected to your career, right? That's role model. And I'm not talking about coach. Coach is somebody who's okay. You can say, I lack in this skill. You need a coach to prepare you there. That's not what the mentor does. The mentor only guides you in that direction of your career that you want to build. The mentor can refer you to a coach. Don't forget. The mentor can recommend a coach, but the mentor necessarily does not have to be a coach, but the mentor must have experience in the area that you want to build your career. And that's why I said you can have more than 2, 3, 4 mentors, depending on these areas. You can have a mentor for your career. You can have a mentor if you want to do a particular business. You can have a mentor in your JCI career. You can have a mentor in your family life. Okay, for those of us who are married, who have mentors whose family life, marriage life, we cherish so much, and we go to them. Okay, and they give us some guides. So you can have mentors in those. So it is one of the most important. But it's not just about having a mentor. Okay, I define a mentor. I said a mentor is someone who guides a less experienced person to learn the skills and values necessary for success, while fostering leadership abilities, and loyalty. So keywords here is skills and values necessary for success. He guides you. He guides you. Okay, while fostering leadership, he has to show leadership. And of course, there has to be loyalty. Loyalty on both sides. Loyalty to him because he's your mentor, but he also has to show some loyalty because he also has to trust you. Okay, so that's who a mentor is. That's who a mentor is. But in deciding who you're going to choose a mentor, there are certain things you need to consider. And I want to share them with you. 3 very important things. There could be more, but these are the 3 that I've chosen. If you need to decide on who your mentor will be, you must ensure that the potential mentor must have practical hands-on experience in the area of interest, in the area you desire to be mentored. So for example, you cannot go, if you want to be mentored to be a good lawyer, you cannot go and meet a medical doctor. As if you want to be a medical doctor, you cannot go and meet a lawyer. If you want to become a good tech guru, for example, you cannot come to me as a microbiologist. However, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you can talk to me because I'm also an entrepreneur in certain areas, but it has to be in areas where I have proven to have experience, hands-on, okay? Hands-on experience. So it is very important when you choose mentors because they will help in your career building process. Number 2, the potential mentor should be within your network. Where that is not possible, within the network that you are connected, or a network that you have been referred to or recommended. Let me explain that. For example, those of us who are JCI members on this call, you already belong to the JCI network, so that's it. So if you cannot find a mentor within JCI network, you have to get a mentor maybe in another network where you're connected. So I actually refer you to a network where you can be connected. So, okay, if you join this network, you can get a mentor in there, right? You just have to be in network where you are. Or you can say, okay, if you want to get a mentor in this area, I recommend you to join this group. And when you join the group over time to your networking, you cannot get a mentor. But it must be somebody you are connected. So you cannot choose a mentor that is not connected to you in any way at all. That's not possible. It's not going to work. So there has to be a relationship. And deciding on mentoring also has to be a bit of relationship that you want to build in the future. That's key. Number 3 point, very important, is the potential mentor must be accessible. The accessibility is very critical. It's not someone who says a mentor, but he's not available. You cannot reach him. You cannot book appointments. He gives all this, how busy he is. He's managing 20 businesses, and he's going to talk to you. You've been chasing for 1 month. You cannot. So you should consider a mentor that is accessible. It's very important. Someone's mic is on. Can you turn it off? You must consider a mentor that is accessible. Accessible. Very, very important. Your mentor must be accessible. Okay? So you need to consider that. If the mentor is not accessible, please do not approach and do not consider this individual as a mentor. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it does. Thank you, sir.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm trying to move because my plan is to finish before 4, not even at 4. I want to finish before 4 o'clock. Okay, so what are the steps? What are the steps? Now that you understand the characteristics of what you need to consider before choosing a mentor, what now are the steps? So the first step in securing a mentor is that you must reach out in person where this is possible. I advise, if you can, forget the option of telephone or email, except where it is practically impossible to reach out in person. So reach out to this potential mentor in that area where you want to build your career, okay? And introduce yourself properly, like you're pitching. Introduce yourself. If you know the most beautiful things about yourself, the most interesting things, the most attractive things about yourself, you need to say it. But please avoid being arrogant. Avoid bragging. Avoid giving your potential mentor impression that you have arrived. If you have arrived, why do you need him? And so when you are pitching or introducing yourself to your mentor, it's only to say what your motivation is, for example. Okay? So please introduce yourself properly, stating your motivation and why you are reaching out, that you want to be mentored, It is very important. It's like a pitch. So the moment, because sometimes you can meet your mentor in person, maybe the person has only 30 minutes for all the discussions. So you need to ask yourself, are you going to spend 5 minutes or 10 minutes trying to introduce yourself and stating your motivation? That motivation is very important, because once your motivation is wrong, you will lose the mentor. And this is one of the mistakes we make, especially in this part of the world, in this climate, Nigeria, if you like. Sometimes we think that the mentor is somebody who's going to support us financially. If that becomes your motivation, you lose it. That should, in fact, that should never be part of your motivation. It should never be on the table. The mentor is going to support you financially. No, there are mentors who at some point might. I have done that to a few of my mentees, right? But you know, a mentee, you can ask a mentee, okay, I've asked you to do this. Can you do it? The mentee can say, yes, I'm willing to do it. I'm just trying to get myself together. I can ask, get yourself together. Why are you wasting time? I say, well, I'm looking for the funds. The mentee has not asked me to give the money. But if you say, I wanted to go and take this course as recommended by you, but I'm looking for the money, I can say, okay, I'll support you. He has not asked me. He has only told me what the challenge is, what the predicament is. And I have decided on my own as a mentee to support. And I've done that to quite a number of mentees. But the moment you step up and everything you want to do, you go back to your mentor and say, I want to do this, I don't have the money. Sir, can you give me the money? You lose it. If you do that to me, you lose me. But you can always make a good case without asking. And your mentor, who knows that he has to support you, will even support you financially, apart from the guide. But that should never be part of your motivation. If you continue to go back to your mentor talking about, you know, money, finance, you will lose it. In fact, he can even block you or start avoiding you. And the moment that happens, you lose it. So be careful. Be careful, very important. Number 2, you have to state in clear but concise terms why it is, what is it, okay, you have noticed about your potential mentor that attracted you to him or her. Now, you know, the first, you have stated your motivation about yourself and why you want to be mentored. The next thing now is you need to, I don't call it praising it, but you need to say some beautiful things about your potential mentor, what you have seen, what is the attraction. No, and before you do that, you must have taken time to research your potential mentor, understand what his or her accomplishments have been. You know, if there are stories behind his successes or her successes, you need to know all of that. So when you can say, for example, I read your story, you know, how you struggled in secondary education, how you had to train yourself through the university, and the fact that even though there were scholarships available at the time, but you didn't get a scholarship, you need to work your way through. And today I'm aware that you have groomed quite a number of people in this field, and there are successful stories out there. And when I heard that, I felt that where I am, I need a hand to lift me up. And that became an attraction for me. You see, when you say that, you will melt the heart of the potential mentor. And he'll be willing to work with you. So you must state what is the attraction. Number 3, then ask that you would like to be mentored. Ask that you'd like to be mentored, right? And when you do that, you know, as a way of humility and also showing consideration for the other party, which is your mentor, ask that you hope that what you're asking for can fit into his schedule and it does not disrupt other things that he has had. Now, let me tell you, even so for some mentors who ordinarily would have said, okay, I want to think about it, I don't think I want to do it. The fact that you have shown consideration for his own schedule, for what he's doing, he might willingly accept to do that for you because you have also considered the fact that he's a very busy person. He could have other things, but you are asking if he's willing to take you in. And the final thing is you need to wait for a reply, you know, and next step. You know, sometimes when we ask these questions or want a mentor, we think we should get an answer now. No, you have to be patient. But when they tell, okay, I've heard that, give me 2 days, give me 3 days. Okay, I'm going to send you a 1-pager. I want you to go through it. And then we can discuss. Because some mentors, before they accept you, will also give you some tasks. Because they want to understand who you are. They want to know, you know, if you are an accountable person, if you've got integrity, you know, if you are a very promising person, and if you understand exactly what the mentor-mentee relationship is. So the answer might not be automatic, but I know 8 to 9 times out of 10, this process has always worked if you understand how to follow it through. And believe me, every person to succeed needs a mentor. You need a mentor. You need to look for one. You need to approach one. You need to look for them. And you need to get them to do what they have to do for you. Now, I said in my opening day that what we're doing for these 2 days is actually to open your eyes and to guide you into this mentoring process. What we have done is not the mentoring itself. Whether those, of course, there are 4 other coaches or faculties Somebody is handling leadership, somebody handling entrepreneurship and business, somebody handling the area of finance, and I'm dealing with career building. None of this is mentoring. Make no mistake. None of this is mentoring. We are only opening your eyes to what mentoring can do to either leadership, financial management, entrepreneurship and business, and your career building. What happens, like I said to the two CVCs, that after now you need to now keep track of what's going on, how the participants in these 4 different areas of mentoring, if you like, are taking advantage and how they're progressing. So we call it mentoring program, mentoring in the area of leadership, mentoring in the area of entrepreneurship and business, mentoring in the area of career building, and mentoring in the area of money or financial management. So the mentoring is not something that has happened in the studio. What we have done is to share with you what could actually, kickstart and keep going that mentoring for you. So the next thing you need to ask yourself is, now that I have all these tools and understand what I need to do to build my career, the foundations I need to build, the steps I need to take, who I need, how I need to prioritize the things I'm doing, and for the fact I need a mentor. How do I now go ahead to ensure that this I can actually put into action? Because we're not putting anything into action. We're only opening your eyes and providing guide. So make no mistake. What you do with what you have learned is what is most important. It's not the content of what I have presented to you. Okay? That's very important. So now rounding up. So for me, there's a fundamental in everything we talked about, whether it's in entrepreneurship and business, whether it's in leadership, whether it's financial management, whether it is in career building. There's a fundamental, something that is most important that will help you in achieving everything or even failing. Okay, so for me, that is your attitude. Your attitude towards everything we have talked about can lead to success, but it can also lead to failure. Make no mistake. The attitude could be positive or negative. It could be good or it could be bad. So your attitude to everything, how you follow it, will determine whether you succeed or whether you fail. It will also determine if you achieve excellence. Excellence, because there are a lot of people can say, oh, wow, this guy is successful. But some people can be, very excellent in their success in a way that, they are extraordinary. And I tell people that the difference between the ordinary and extraordinary people is not, that people are born extraordinarily. No. And in fact, there's no human being who is extraordinary. It is what you do. I want to make that, point very clear. It is what you do, your product, okay, what you give out that actually says, wow, this guy is extraordinary. The person was not born extraordinary. It is the output, the product that defines the extraordinariness in any person. So success or failure is dependent on your attitude. Excellence or mediocrity is dependent on your attitude, as well as growth, or if you're fixed, is also dependent on your attitude. You can add yours. I just decided to use these 3 positives and 3 negatives, okay, to define it. That your attitude determines if you succeed or if you fail. Your attitude determines if you achieve excellence or if you just become a mediocre. Your attitude determines if you grow or if you remain fixated to where you are. And if I were you, I just have to assume the right attitude, the positive attitude all the time. Attitude of willing to learn, attitude of willing to help, attitude of perseverance, okay, attitude of planning, attitude of having the growth mindset, attitude of being inquisitive, wanting to learn, attitude of setting ambitious goals, having the vision, connecting with people, the attitude of bringing passion to everything that I do, the attitude of saying, well, whatever it is possible, the attitude of possibility as against impossibility. That's what you need to bring in. And in conclusion, I just want to share with you, I love this all the time. This is a great American president, J.F. Kennedy. He said, the problem of the world cannot possibly be solved by skeptics and cynics whose horizons are limited by obvious realities. The problems of the world cannot possibly be solved by skeptics and cynics whose horizons are limited by obvious realities. Now, the question is, what are the obvious realities we have today in Nigeria? Inadequate power supply, no electricity, bad road, poor government policies, poorly funded universities, insecurity, unemployment, dearth of skills. You can name it, you can name it, you can name it, you can name all the obvious realities. Those are the challenges that face us today. But JF Kennedy is saying that the problems of the world cannot be solved by those who depend and complain only about this obvious reality. Oh, there's no light. What am I going to do? There's too much traffic in Lagos now. That's why I'm late. And today is raining too much. I cannot leave. I'll cancel that appointment. We have gamut of excuses and thousands of excuses, reasons why we cannot solve. But the question I need to ask you, and I ask you very strongly, I'm going to look at you in the face to ask you, are there still persons who are succeeding in this country? Are there still people who are breaking barriers and shattering the ceilings in this country, as you listen in that song that I played at the beginning yesterday? Are there still people who are turning impossibilities to possibilities in this country? Are there people who are still trailing the blaze? Are there people who are showing creativity and innovation today in spite of these obvious realities? The answer is yes. So why can't you find yourself among that 0.5%, 1% of people who are still succeeding in spite of the obvious realities? That's what JFK is talking about. He says, we cannot solve our problems by those who dwell only on that, those who only see challenges and problems in everything, but never opportunities. And if you want to build your career, you need to see opportunities in every challenge. So having said that the problems of the world cannot possibly be solved by skeptics and cynics whose horizons are blocked by obvious reality, he went ahead to add something. He said, we need men, and I want to add women, who can dream of things that never were and ask why not. So if there's somebody who has not been able to shatter the ceiling in your career, in the area you want to build your career, people have tried, they failed. Don't say, this guy tried, he didn't fail. How am I sure? I want to change my course. I want to change my career path because somebody has tried and failed. Because people are trying, they're failing. So because of that, you're not going to go. He is saying that we need men and women who will stop asking the question of why and start asking why not. So if people have tried it and failed, there are people asking, why did they fail? Why did they not succeed? Ask yourself, why not me, Paschal? Why not you, Prayer? Why not you, Emanuela? Why not you, Fatiha? Why not you, David? You name it. Put your name there and say, why not I? Why can't I be the one to shatter the ceiling and do it? And that's why Jack Ma says, be the first, not necessarily the best. That is important. And if you do that and you do it well, why not? You'll succeed. And I say, for you to succeed, this is something I use everywhere I go. I say, you must bear in order to win. Don't forget what happened between James Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson in the video that I shared. Okay? James Buster Douglas dared first by even standing up to want to challenge Tyson. Tyson didn't lose any fight before that period. He was knocking people. In fact, the story is, you can go and check it, that people will pay $200, $400, some $1,000 for VIP seats to go and watch Mike Tyson fight. And why people are still, some people who came late are still buying tickets. Round one, Mike Tyson has knocked the guy off, and people get angry. Because some people, when they come to boxing matches, they want the bouts to go into maybe round 4, round 5, up to round 12. They want to enjoy their money. They want to have benefit of the money. But Mike Tyson was disappointing a lot of people who paid money because they wanted to enjoy the fight. But he was knocking people off round 1, round 2, round 1, round 2. So the fight usually will not last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, in a bout that is supposed to be maybe every 5 minutes for about 12. So people were not happy because Mike Tyson was knocking people down regularly in the first round, 2 round, 3 round match. And so for Buster Douglas to have him stood up to want to challenge Mike Tyson, who was a champion and a great boxer at the time, he dared. You must learn to dare. You must learn to dare, my friends. Then, apart from daring, he dared. What is the daring? The daring is the fact that even when he was knocked down, he could have stayed down. I was watching one boxing round, a boxing match that was supposed to happen, and they've announced the 2 boxers and introduced them. And then when the bell, went off for them to start, one of the boxers left. And people were wondering why he left. Some people say he was afraid. I've also seen where somebody was knocked down because he knew even if he stood up, he would not be able to win the thing. He remained down. And they counted 1 to 10 and he lost the thing. And he still got money and he went home. He was not able to bear. But James Buster Douglas, apart from daring to challenge Tyson, was also to bear all those punches from Tyson. That is the most important part if you want to win. The daring part is that, but the most part is, are you able to bear? You want to build a career, you see the challenges. Are you able to persevere, to be patient, to stay the course? And that was when he was knocked down, he remembered what his mother told him, and he realized his why. And that why helped him to bear, to stay on course, and got up and he won. He won that fight, not necessarily because he became a champion, but after that, he improved in his fight. And that is what winning mentality is. My dear friends, if you are able to do all of this, you will be able to someday sit down and maybe enjoy something like what I want to share. If you love what I'm sharing with you, if you build the right career, you could one day have a beautiful life, a beautiful career, something just like this.
Hello, I can't hear anything. Am I the only one?
No, you're not the only one. I also can't hear anything here.
Just hold on. Hold on.
He's trying to share his screen. Yes.
Okay, my dear friends, that brings me to the close of mentoring section on career building. It is my hope that you've been able to learn one or two things from the section, and it's something that you can actually put into good use. I congratulate all of you for staying the course and being part of this section. I challenge you to go out there and conquer the world. Do not allow anyone to cast aspersions on your capacity or to belittle what you are able to do. Close your ears and stuff them with those negative words that people say to you with the intention of discouraging you. Say, no, that is not who I am. And then open your ears and assimilate everything that is positive. Whatever you can learn, learn it. Whatever you can dream about, dream it big and follow it, because you can achieve it. And there's nothing stopping you from achieving it. So follow your dream, but you must understand that in this journey, there will be ups and downs. Be willing to take risks, calculated risks that gives you an opportunity to advance your career and bring yourself to a point of excellence. Let me end with this quote. Progress in life is not measured by security, but by growth. Progress in life is not measured by security, but by growth. And security of growth means taking occasional risks. No one ever gets to anywhere interesting by doing always the same thing. I want to repeat that. Progress in life is not measured by security, but by growth. So security means it's not how safe, how careful, how cautious you are that determines where you go. No. So progress is not measured by security, it's measured by growth. And for you to grow, you need to take risks occasionally, because no one gets to anywhere interested, whether your career or anything, by repeating the same thing always. In fact, repeating the same thing and expecting to get a different result has been defined as insanity or madness, if you like. So you must change course. Do not be like those two little people who might cheat. Be like the mice. Okay, think about it, be proactive, push it, plan it, and you can achieve it. I wish you all the best. Enjoy your day. Just to say, at the closing tomorrow, make sure you have something in your hands that you can say you have learned. Okay, be sure that you can write something inspirational. I'm going to ask all of you, go and do a phrase that defines what you have learned, a phrase that inspires you, a phrase that tomorrow at the closing you can put it up on the chat and it becomes an inspiration to everybody. So if there are 30 people on this call, I expect you to have 30 different phrases of something, how you define your experience in these 2 days, how you define your experience in this section, what you have learned from your co-participants, what you have learned from David Akinwale, what you have learned from prayer, what you have learned from Emanuela, what you have learned from each other. Come with a catchphrase that is motivational, that is inspirational, that is challenging. That's what I ask you to do. With that said, thank you for the time. Thank you for the opportunity. It's been my great pleasure working with you, and I hope we'll see something great in the future. And I'm listening. I'm waiting to hear your story, your good news of where you are in the next 5 years, the next 10 years. And I want to read about you, on the internet. I want to read about you on different social media platforms. I want to see you on television. I want to hear that you are outstanding and doing very well in your area of choosing career. And I'll be proud to celebrate you. And like I said, do not use anybody as your standard. Use it as a stepping stone. And desire to read better because you can do it. Thank you so much again for the opportunity. And that's the section. Thank you.
All right. Okay, this is a very wonderful and 2-day mentorship class with Senator Paschal. Thank you so much for this awesome section. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. I can see the chat room is busy with different vibe of we are grateful, sir. We are grateful. Thank you so much, everyone. What will be interesting and what will inspire him more is when you put into practice all what you have learned since yesterday and today, because we can't wait to see you flying higher in your career journey.
Thank you, David. Please, I would like to, please. This is Victor. I would like to come in, please. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your efforts, Senator Paschal. According to my records here, you've spent about 7 hours, 40
Victor, we're losing you. We cannot hear you.
Victor, we are losing. Yes, please.
Victor, we are losing you. Prayer, can you get in touch with Victor? Then we are losing him.
I got a chat from Prayer. Prayer as her voice is kind of bad, so she's
9 minutes with us for the space of yesterday. And
Mr. Victor, just a minute. We
lost,
lost,
which seems we have taken
We
7
cannot
hours
hear
of
you.
Monday and Tuesday. That is sacrifice, and we did not take this your effort and resources for granted. Thank you.
Mr. Victor, we cannot hear you. I think he couldn't hear what we are saying before, so I think it's off now.
So,
Mr. Senator Paschal,
now.
Adura said I should remind you of the voting.
Yeah, we're going to do the voting, but Victor, please, can you mute your microphones, please? Mute your mics, mute. Thank you. Victor, your connection was poor. I doubt if we heard anything that you said. In case you want to repeat, but I see Aderemi Esther, your hand is up. Is it previous hand or you have something you want to say?
Okay. Can I come in now, sir?
Okay, Victor, go ahead.
Yeah,
Esther, hold on, we come to you. Victor, can you go ahead now? Let's hear what you wanted to say.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to say thank you very much to you, sir. In the space of yesterday and today, you spent about 7 hours, 49 minutes with us, which is kind of astonishing and great. And that means we've taken about 8 hours from your personal time just to teach us and give us the resources that you have put into yourself for the past few years. We cannot thank you enough, and we do not take your time and resources for granted. Thank you very much for your time and for your resources and for your efforts. That is selfless, and we cannot appreciate you enough. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you, and thank you for your leadership, my friend. Thank you. Esther, Esther, please go ahead now.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. I am truly grateful, especially for this mentorship part. I think I've been mixing it up with coaching and role model. Thank you very much for that. Please, I just want to ask something like, how do you stay in touch with your mentor? I don't know, like, okay, let me say there was someone. So I reached out to the person and I actually explained because I'm interested in project management and I'm already building a career in it. It's someone that is well advanced in project management. So I reached out to him and we kind of had a discussion. But after then, I don't know, we don't really get to talk. Maybe once in a while, just send him a message, he replies, but I don't know, I feel like is he not supposed to ask for feedback? Okay, have you been doing? But I rarely get anything from the person.
Okay.
Unless I reach out, maybe something pressing, and then it would respond.
Okay, yeah, let me answer that question. If you go back to the steps that I outlined, you need to ask yourself if you follow that step in establishing this mentor-mentee relationship. But even if that was not established, do not forget that when you have a mentor, you are the one who is seeking to be mentored. That's very important for you to know. So even when your mentor does not ask for feedback, the question is, are you giving your mentor updates on your career progression? Because he won't be asking for feedback for nothing. So if, for example, you met your mentor, you had a discussion, right? And after 3 months, you've not heard from your mentor, you're supposed to be the one to give an update on your progression. That's only the basis for him to ask to now review. Now, there are some mentors who on their own, once in a while, will say, oh, well, I've not heard from you. How is it going? Do you have any updates? And all of that. It does happen. But the truth is you should be the one more regularly in touch with your mentor. Again, I don't know who the person is. I don't know how you got connected with the person. I don't know what relationship you built with the person over time. But you need to always find, and you see, one other thing is also important. Let me say this. Sometimes we have mentors, but we say we don't know when our mentors' birthdays are. They are wedding anniversaries, for example. They're having some very important, they're being honored. We don't say anything. We don't say anything, you know. Yesterday, for example, was my wedding anniversary, right? I know about quite a number of persons, maybe about 4 or 5 mentors, but there are about 2 or 3 others who I expected them to have dropped something to say, oh wow, congratulations. It was on Facebook, it was on my status. They never got back. But again, I'm gonna go back to them, but that's who I am. But for some mentors will feel that if you do not keep track of what's happening to you, don't reach out. Why would they bother? So you must also show care. You must be able to know what your birthday is for your mentors. their wedding anniversaries, important times in their lives, when they are being honored and all of that. And for example, if there's Christmas or Barkat or Salah, depending on what religion, you must always drop a message to wish them well. You don't blank them completely without being in touch, and you expect them to come back and begin to ask you for feedback. Come on, we need to wake up. That's very important. So if you do that, as long as the mentor truly wants to mentor you, he will have no choice than to come back to you. Okay, when if he or she feels that, oh, we've not been in touch for some time, but you are the one seeking to be mentored, so you are the one who should be more regularly in touch. Okay, thank you. Gloria, you have something to say?
Okay, good afternoon once again, sir. I just want to appreciate you just as other speakers have done so, because I remember when I wanted to register for this mentorship program. So I thought about leadership. I hear about leadership every time. Financial management, I don't even have money at the moment. Then business, I don't have a business. So I was like, okay, career, let me register for career building, because I've not really had a lot of training on career building. And I can say that these 2 days has been very impactful and very amazing, because when it comes to webinars, I don't really get a lot from it because it's online. Maybe I'm distracted with something, but these 2 days I've been focused, and you've really done well. The team activities, the slides and everything has been very good. So personally, I have taken in a lot, and I hope to apply them to my professional life and every other form of career I want to venture in. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Gloria, and thank you. I'm so humbled with your kind words. Just to say, I've been doing this business of whether it's training, motivating people or coaching people for some time. And I always tell people that if I say I'm a coach, I'm not necessarily a teacher. If I'm saying I'm a trainer, I'm not necessarily a teacher. And that was why when the suggestion to use Google Meet came up, I didn't want to use Google Meet. I had my reasons. Because in the Zoom, I'm able to put you in breakout rooms. I need to allow you to interact. I need to allow you to break the ice. I need to allow you to cross-breed ideas. I don't have to just stay on the screen talking, ask questions, you answer. I need to allow you to work. And that is my own way. That is my own style, to be able to encourage you to come out from your shelf, okay, to do what you have to do. It's the best way for me to learn. So that's why when they said they couldn't get a Zoom link, even though my Zoom thing was having a chat, I had to pay $62, I think, yesterday to get it back up. But for me, it's a worthwhile investment. If you give me a feedback and you say, oh, that you have learned something from this section, then it doesn't matter how much money I spent or how much time I spent, having this section with you, I feel very fulfilled. And that's really what I want to see. But more importantly is the guarantee and the assurance that you are able to put into action and into practice what you have learned. That way, I'm fulfilled. Thank you so much again. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay, so seeing none, I'm going to hand over back to Emanuela and Aduragbemi. This is your show. My job is done. So at the closing tomorrow, like I said, make sure you have a catchphrase that is inspirational. If you're 32 here, you have to have 32 catchphrases. So if there are places where you have to make comments on the chat, then we'll put those phrases there.
Okay, sir.
So that the other of your colleagues in the other faculties will also understand that you learned something, just the same way they must have learned something. You need to ask yourself, what is the key word you're taking out from here? What are the phrases they're taking out from here that will inspire you, that will keep you? Share it, make noise about it, and let's meet tomorrow at the closing. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the honor of running this section with you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sorry, I've been really quiet, but I've been working in the background. I've been coughing really bad, so it's affected my voice. I may start coughing soon too, but I just want to unmute and take time to really appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir. You've been on the call with us since yesterday. This is our third session, and this is our day 2. Thank you for the sacrifice. Thank you for going beyond. We are not obliged to do whatever you had to do, but you stepped in. We're having issues trying to get login and everything, and then you stepped in and then you handled it. Thank you so much for showing leadership through that. Thank you so much for taking your time. Thank you for the different ways you've taught us and you've communicated to us. We've done videos, we've listened to songs, we've done presentations, we've done teamwork, we've done deliberations. Thank you so much for the different illustrations that you gave us. We are very grateful. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We are very grateful, sir. I would
Okay,
like
so
everyone to just,
can we
join.
take the votes? Can we
Thank
take the
you.
votes now?
Sure. Yes, we can. Yes,
Okay,
we
so
can.
the prayer, go ahead and conduct the poll. You just ask people to vote, and everybody must vote within 30 seconds. Anything that comes after 30 seconds is not allowed. Okay, so they vote. We have group 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So what you're voting for is to know, according to you, I'm not involved, I'm not part of it. You want to know which presentation was the best, right? So you ask them to vote.
Of first place, second place, third place. So that's what we want to do. First
Okay, so
place,
that's how you
second
want to, so
place.
you can ask them to vote. They can ask them to vote in terms of first, second, third, and the fourth. So each person should vote what they think is the first. But
first, second, third, just first, second.
If I knew earlier, I would have, there's a
sir.
way I would have been able to generate a poll from here. I would have generated a poll from here. Can I generate? Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm trying to create a poll. Just give me a second now. Let's see if we can do it. Zoom has that. I'm trying to see if I can create a poll. Give me 1 second. I didn't think about it before, but okay, untitled poll, untitled question. So I'll say which is what team had the best?
Team 1, team 2, and team 3.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm
First
creating
place,
for multiple.
second place, and third.
Wait, I'm adding a choice. Choice number 3 and choice number 4.
We had 4. We had 4 teams. So I think it would be in order of highest votes. That's
the way I'm creating the poll now. I'm adding the question. Hold on. Almost done. Give me a second. I just want to be sure I get it right. So I said, what team had the best presentation? So you have choice 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to be multiple choice. So I'll say.
So the highest first, number of votes.
Second, third, and fourth. Okay, so it's multiple choice. Hold on a second. So what you need to do, each person will have to vote accordingly. So choices, so we have choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, choice 4. Am I getting this poll correctly? Okay, so the first one will be for, okay, first choice. Then second untitled question is, okay, I got it. 1 second. First position. So the poll will come in 3. So the first one, first position. So when you have choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, choice 4, it means group 1, 2, 3, 4. So you tick. That's for first position. Then if you think another group is second position, that is the second question. So the question will now say second position. Second position. Okay, I've added that. And then there are also 4 choices there. Then there's another question, which is there's one third position. Third position. Third position. Okay. So third position. Let's see how this poll works. And then have 4 choices also. And then the last one, fourth position. Fourth position. We also have 4 choices. Okay. Let me see if I've got everything covered. So what are the best presentations? So first choice, you have to choose 1, 2, 3, 4. That is team 1, 2, 3, 4. Second position, team 1, 2, 3, 4. Third position, and fourth position. Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll have 2 choices here, to answer anonymously or to answer with our names. It's better to answer with our names. So let me save it. Please, if you see the question.
No, I think anonymously will be fine. So people won't be under pressure to vote for a team that they ought to loyalty. So I think anonymously.
I've launched the polls already. Do you want me to go back and review it? Can you all see it? Can you see the? Okay, I want to launch it now. You will have a choice. So what's going to happen is when you see the poll, you have to, for the first question is the first position. So in that first position, choice 1 is group 1, choice 2 is group 2, choice 3 is group 3, and choice 4 is group 4. So you tick which of the groups. The second one, you also tick who you're choosing for second, who you're choosing for third, and who you're choosing for fourth. So I think we can leave it anonymous. It doesn't matter. We know the numbers. Okay, does it work that way? Or you want me to edit it?
We can leave it anonymous.
It is fine, sir. It's fine, sir.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm launching it back. It's okay. We'll proceed as it is. I'm saving it and I'm going to launch it now. So when it comes to you, you're going to say it. When it comes, please make your choice. That's what you need to do. Where is it? 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 What happened? Okay, so I'm launching it now. So make your choice when you say it. Okay. Are you all seeing it? Can you confirm?
Yes, I can see the poll. I can see it.
Okay, so the first one is you choose A, B, C. So you choose, you answer it. I'm going to end the poll in the next 30 seconds. So everybody must vote.
I can't though. I can't see the poll, sir.
Why? Are you not connected? David, can you see the poll? Can you? People are voting already.
Yes, I can see the poll from here. You can see the poll.
I have cast my vote.
People are voting already.
I don't know why you cannot say it. Others are saying it. I don't know why. I wish I could help it.
I can't.
But it's already launched and people are voting already.
Maybe I don't know what may be the issue.
I'll just give a bit of time again to see if you can say, but it's not something I can control from here. If others are saying it, it means the poll is already launched and I can't.
Yeah.
There's already 66. There's already 66% participation voted already. 60%. 16 out of 24 already voted, and the poll is going to end soon. So please check again if you can say it. And for some of us who are whose connections are very, very bad, you may not see the poll, unfortunately. I'm still leaving it open for some time, just in case. But there's really nothing I can do to help those who are not able to see it. We have 78 participation now. 18 out of 23 have voted already. So that's a good number. 19 out of 23 already voted. Nineteen out of 24 voted. Okay, are you all seeing the, somebody said voted but not submitted. I don't know again how that is possible. It's from your side. Are you all seeing the results? Or you want me, I'm going to close the poll, but I don't want to close the poll and the result disappears. I'll write it down first on my paper, and then I close it to see if it's displayed to everybody, so we can all see the result ourselves. Okay, so let me check what I'm seeing here. So first, okay, so I've got that position. Okay, I'm going to close the polls. It might display so we can all see, but if it doesn't display, I've already written it down, so I'll share it with you. So I've closed the poll now. I'm sharing the results. Everybody watch. Watch so you can see the results by yourselves now. Can you all see it?
Yes. Yes, I can see the result.
Okay, so which team is the first?
That's team 4, choice 4. They have 40%.
So you're all seeing it. There's no wayo, there's no rigging, no mago.
Not seeing again.
Yay! You should see the results, the percentages, everything. You'll see the result there.
Yeah, the percentage is showing.
Can someone screenshot it and send it to the group chat? I can't see it.
Okay.
Okay, well, somebody screenshot and share it.
You have to.
It's not because we did not vote, though.
That is the beauty of Zoom. Zoom will give you the polls independently. It's not INEC. You have seen your results. So the winner is group 4. Second position is group 3. Third position is group 1, and fourth position is group 4. Sorry, group 2. Fourth position is group 2. I'll stop sharing. Prayer, my job is done. So you have
at least we got the second position. Still something.
Prayer, my job is done. The poll is conducted. Where's prayer? Where is Emanuela? Have they all disappeared for prayer? I said she's got some challenge with her voice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
we're done with the polls.
Thank you so much. I didn't see the I lost, what is it called? I lost connection at some point. I didn't hear, but let me just go to the chat to know. Sorry, the winner is okay. Group 3 got the second position. Okay. Please, someone should give me updates in the chat box. Thank you so much, sir. This is almost 4:30.
Yes.
We can release everyone now. to
So
go.
thank you so much. Do your best at the opening tomorrow. Make some noise tomorrow at the opening. Make some noise. Make a lot of noise. Okay. Let them know.
So opening
that,
closing ceremony will be tomorrow, everybody. Time will be communicated on the group. For those that have not been added to the group, I'll do that. I've sent the contact to Manuela. It's either I do it or Manuela does that. Thank you so much. As a closing remark, everybody just unmute your mic and say thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We love
Thank you,
you.
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
I
Thank
really appreciate
Thank you, sir.
it.
We
Thank
really
you, sir.
appreciate
Thank you
you,
for the
sir. We
flexibility
appreciate
on the
you.
faculty
Thank you, sir.
section. Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much, sir.
imparting knowledge.
Thank you
Thank
for
you. We
impacting
appreciate
knowledge.
you.
This is a value
Thank you.
impacted section. Thank you so much, sir.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Oh. Well done.
Appreciate,
sir. God bless you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very
Thank
much.
you, everybody.
I would like to
So
inform us,
tomorrow at the opening ceremony.
Adura, thank you very much,
Thank you
sir.
and good night, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
They
Take
will show
care.
up
Bye.
at night.
Thank you, David. Thank you,
You're welcome.
everybody. All right.
Is there someone who could take a quick photo? I don't know if we're able to display everything. Trying to see if we can get all the views. Oh my God, this is not my area of specialization. Okay, is it possible to open your videos for just 10 seconds?
Okay. This is important. We need your video.
Can people open up? Don't worry about the noise. Open up.
Let us see the faces you have been hiding since yesterday.
David, are you going to take the shot?
I'm trying to see from my own end if I can do that, but I've not seen the function yet.
This is not my area of specialization. Some person's videos are still not open. We want to take a picture. We want to take a picture. Wow. Why am I not seeing the option to take the picture? Now somebody may have to use his or her phone to do that. There's an option where I can shoot it from here, but I'm not seeing it. Ouch. Mistake. Okay, who's gonna take the picture now with your phone? We are all on the screen. Can someone take a nice picture?
I started doing that, but someone else can assist too, so we can have from two angles.
Okay. Someone else, can you please help? Please help.
Class captain and or assistant, someone should volunteer. Either David or Gloria, please help us to take the screenshot.
Get a picture. It's very important. We need all the faces. Please do that now. Do that now. Who's doing it?
I want to see.
Is somebody doing it now?
I'm done with my end. I'm done with every page from my end.
Some person's videos are still closed. We cannot see your faces. You can't be part of the picture. So please try to open it up for a second. Let's take the picture. Somebody help us with the picture. Okay.
Rachel, it's not passport now.
Okay, so I think we're done now because I think the picture has been taken. Let's hope.
Help us send it to the group, please. Whoever took pictures.
Yeah, yes, share it.
I have
Share
to
it for
send mine to the group. So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day, and see you tomorrow. Bye.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. God
Thank
bless
you,
you.
sir. We appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.